Hello friends, it's E the Yogi. Let's begin our practice at the top of our mat. I'm going to be facing towards the long edge just for demonstration purposes, but I'd love for you to face the short edge of the mat at the top. So we'll begin our practice by moving into our Tadasana, our mountain shape. May seem a little bit of a simple shape at first, but when you really begin to engage all parts of the body, you'll really notice that it awakens and invigorates the body. Right, so let's start off with our feet. We'll bring those toes up off the mat, spread them wide, and then drop them from the pinky toes, working your way to the big toe, planting them into the mat. And then we're gonna press the sides into the sides of those feet, beginning to notice how that engages the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings. As you further press into that, that really drives power and force into that lower body. And we're going to tuck that tail, kind of bringing it forward, bringing it in. With the inhale, we're going to bring the shoulders up to the ears. And then with the exhale, we're going to drop them down to have the palms facing forward and go ahead and tuck that chin. Gaze is out in front. From this Tadasana pose, you should feel every part of the body engaged and activated here. We'll start with some breath work in this shape. We're going to do our Visma Vritti breath, which is an uneven breath. We'll do a 6-second inhale, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. We're going to do that for 3 rounds. That extra 6 seconds at the beginning allows our bodies to oxygenate, drive energy throughout. So starting with the inhale through the nose, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding at the top for 2, 3, 4, and then exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4, holding at the bottom for 2, 3, 4, beginning with the inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, holding at the top for 2, 3, 4, and then exhaling through the nose for 2, 3, 4, holding at the bottom for 2, 3, 4. Final one here, our deepest one. Inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to the top. 6, hold for 2, 3, 4, let it all go, this time through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, holding at the bottom for 2, 3, 4. From here, we'll move into our Sun A. So with the inhale, bringing the arms up over the head, palms touch. And then at the exhale, we'll spill over into our forward fold. Coming all the way down. Hands can either come to the mat, to your ankles, to your shins. And don't really focus so much on keeping the legs straight. You can find a slight bend and just dropping that chest on those thighs. You can take a ragdoll here, so grabbing opposite ends of the elbow, swaying side to side. Continuing to focus on the breath. When the mind wanders, bring it back with the breath. We'll go ahead and release those hands back down. With the inhale, we'll take a halfway lift, flattening that back, feeling the engagement in the hamstrings. And then with the exhale, we're going to plant those hands. We're going to go into a push-up, step back, and then begin to lower the chest down to the ground. Once you reach the halfway point, stop, and then move into your high cobra, or your king cobra. Really pressing those thighs into the ground. The tops of the feet are going to come down to the mat, and you're really driving length in those arms by pressing those palms strong and firmly into that mat. We're going to tuck those toes, and then with the exhale, we're going to press it up and move into our downward facing dog here. You can go ahead and pump those heels up and down a little bit, walk that dog. With the inhale, we're gonna lift the heels off the ground. And with the exhale, we're gonna bend those knees, gaze forward, and step or hop to the front of your mat in that forward fold. With the inhale, we'll take a halfway lift. With the exhale, forward fold and release. With the inhale, we'll rise the arms up above. With the exhale, coming down to hands and heart center. We'll do that one more time, a little bit more flowy this time, okay? So let's go ahead and inhale the arms up high, palms meet. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step back, begin to lower that chest. And at the halfway point, take an inhale and drop those thighs to the ground. Release those toes. And with the exhale, we'll tuck those toes, press it up into our downward facing dog. With the inhale, we'll come onto our tippy toes, lifting those heels high off the ground. And then with the exhale, we'll bend those knees, gaze forward, step or hop to the front of our mat into that forward fold. With the inhale, we'll take a halfway lift. And with the exhale, a forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way to the top, palms meet. Exhale, coming hands into heart center. Take a moment here to check in with the breath, with the mind, the body, and the soul. With that inhale, we'll move into our chair. So feet are about hip width distance apart, maybe a little bit closer. Begin to bend those knees and come down. Focus here should be really to drive that spine long, keeping that chest high. Extending those arms out, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. With the exhale, we're going to spill it over into that forward fold. With the inhale, we'll take a halfway lift. And exhale, plant those hands, step back, begin to lower the chest down to the ground. At the halfway point, drop those thighs. On the inhale, come into that king cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. With the inhale, take that right leg high into our three-legged dog. And then with the exhale, we're gonna bend that knee forward, bring it through, gaze forward, and step up into that low lunge. So hands are framing that foot. With the inhale, that back heel is gonna drop to the ground, moving up into our warrior one. With warrior one, really ensure that those soles of the feet are planted into the ground. We have a 90-degree bend in that front knee. Back leg is long. Hips are turned towards the front edge of your mat, along with the torso. Shoulders are dropped away from the ears. Arms are long. Chin is tucked. With the exhale, we'll drop it into our warrior two. So left hand comes behind us. Right arm comes in front. Fingers are wide. Gaze is out in front. With the inhale, we'll begin to reach forward and then swing that right arm back while dropping that left hand into a peaceful warrior. Option here to take a bind, so if you'd like taking that left hand and wrapping around the hip. You can also go into a cow face and reaching for the hands behind the head. Always do what's right for the body and listen to what it's asking for. We'll come back into that warrior two, and with the exhale, we'll drop it into our extended side angle. So bringing that elbow to the knee, left arm goes high into the sky. You can release that bend if you'd like and have a long right arm, taking the gaze anywhere between the two hands. We also have an option here to take a bind, so taking that left hand that's high in the sky and bringing it around the back. If this is easy for you, take that right hand and reach under that right leg and have the hands clasped behind. If this is easy for you, go into a bird's paradise. We'll release that bind, Come back into that extended side angle. With an inhale, we're going to take the gaze down to that right foot. Exhale, windmill that left hand. Frame that foot with the right hand. Step back, lower the chest down at the halfway point, drop those thighs, moving into our King Cobra. And then exhale, tuck those toes, press back into our downward facing dog. With the inhale, that left leg is going to go high. Exhale, bend the knee, gaze forward, step up into that low lunge. With the inhale, we're going to drop that back heel, come up into our warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. In this extended side angle, make sure you're not dropping that chest forward. Open it up. Really press that long arm back, allowing those shoulders to stack. With the inhale, we'll take the gaze down to the ground. Exhale, windmill both of those hands to frame that foot. Step back, begin to lower the chest. At the halfway point, inhale, drop those hips down to the ground and press into those hands. Exhale, tuck those toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift those heels high off the ground. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into our chair. Exhale, hands to heart center. We got one more flow before we close out our practice. So take a moment here to just check in with the breath. Bringing the mind back if it's wandering. Coming to some stillness here before we move into the next flow. Feel free to towel off or grab some water if you need it. With that inhale, we'll come into a chair. And with the exhale, we'll revolve. So taking the left elbow to that right knee into our revolve chair. Ensuring that we're really pressing that elbow into the knee along with pressing those palms together to really drive that chest open. Maybe sinking those hips a little bit further down, opening up that chest. Option here to take those arms long as well if you'd like. Coming back into that revolved chair. From here, we're gonna step back with the left foot. So keeping that core engaged, we'll take a step back and you have the option here to drop that knee. This is totally fine. Sometimes coming up in a high revolve lunge here with a knee high can be a little bit tricky with the balance. So drop that knee and simply continue to press that elbow into that knee. With the inhale, we'll take it into a revolved lunge. Now, if you're up on that knee, this could be off the knee, it can be a little bit tricky. It's okay to drop that knee down to the ground if you need to. The exhale, we'll swing those arms around to frame that front foot. Step it back, lower those hips down. With the inhale, come up into that King Cobra. Exhale, tuck those toes. Press it back into our downward facing dog. With the inhale, we'll lift those heels high off the ground. With the exhale, we're going to bend those knees, gaze forward, step up to the front of our mat. And with the inhale, we'll take a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up into our chair. Exhale, revolve to the left. Bringing the right elbow to that left knee. Pressing it in while pressing the palms, driving that chest open. Option to open up those hands. Bringing it back into that revolved chair. And now tightening that core, we're gonna step back with that right leg. Again, option here to drop that knee if you'd like. From here, we'll move into that revolved twisted high lunge. Again, option to take the knee high or low. Maybe you start up with that knee low and begin to work your way up. If you lose your balance, just come back down. And we'll swing both hands over, framing that foot, stepping it back, lowering. And with the inhale, chest high. Exhale, tuck the toes down, dog. Inhale, lift those heels. Exhale, bend the knees, gaze forward. Step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, prayer. I want to thank you all for joining me for practice today. I wish you peace in your mind, love in your heart, and joy in your soul. Namaste, my friends.